And welcome back into the story of Bronson Moreau, the former AA pitcher, now first-round quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, and we are picking up after last episode, which saw us go through our first preseason. He got one drive, and he ended it pretty well. No extra protection as they do bring the blitz, step up in the pocket, deliver the pass, and that's going to be a touchdown for Smith-Njigba under pressure. Bronson Moreau shows no signs of struggle. And as we would head into his first career start in week 1, well, the Rams gave him a very big welcome to the league moment for a rookie. Play short, just looking for that first down. The simple play as it's picked up instead. As Moreau steps up, he fumbles again. As well as just some timing as it's another fumble. Just need to watch out with what the defense is doing as it's another fumble. And 60 can't pick it up. Time here. As it's thrown late and it is picked up. But he was able to bounce back in a pretty big way, which is a good thing to see as a rookie as he put up several touchdowns. As it opens up across the middle, diving, it's a touchdown rush for Bronson Moreau, the first official of his career. They look to bring a little bit of the pressure, get this one over the top for Disley. Well placed, big, and he's still going. Touchdown to Will Disley. Towards the end zone. Lockett gets the step, it's toward the pylon, and it's a touchdown again for Bronson Moreau. So as we get today underway, we're going to go through the next 3 games. First 2 are going to be a little bit different because apparently the mic actually did not record any. So I'm going to be doing some post. Most likely it's going to be a little bit like a recap of the first 2, and then we'll get into the live audio for the 3rd game. Getting underway on the first drive where we would start to throw. That's what we're going to focus on here in these first 2 games. We're not going to show any of the running games, though we did have some. We'll see a little bit more of that in that 3rd game. But the big thing we needed to see with Moreau was, one, him hold onto the ball, and we would here as we pick up 3. The next play would go with some play action, though pass rush would force the throwaway. Now there was a late hit here, but we're not at the point where we're going to get those calls. Instead, we're given the flag for intentional grounding. And it's a pretty good call. It was intentional grounding. We would try to get back some of that lost yardage. The next play with the halfback screen as Kenneth Walker would nearly half what we needed here on 3rd, though leaving 3rd and 13. Need to find a big play here. Moreau in the pocket releases it downfield, and Tyler Lockett would bring it in. All the way down to the 2, the veteran play. Waiting to the last second to turn to get that catch. And right after, we would go with the running game. Kenneth Walker would pound it in, and we would finish the first drive with a touchdown. But as all good things go, they typically don't last, and the lead did not last long. We're into the 2nd quarter here. We go to scramble, and the fumbling would return. Just jarred free, it would set the Rams up. Plus, on top of that, we have an injured offensive lineman. That has been a continual problem so far this season, has been just holding on to the ball. Though, throwing, we found some big plays from Moreau as he finds Smith-Njigba deep down the sideline. There's a lot of flashes that we're going to see from Moreau. He could put the ball in a lot of key spots. It's really just the consistency and the turnover as we would pick up another first down here, get us down to the 21 with Noah Fant. From there, 2nd and 11, we would go with the shorter throw. Just try to get a good timing route, but it would get knocked away by Branch. That is one of the continual things that, well, Moreau has to get used to. Going from pitching to playing quarterback, timing. Timing is everything, and holding on to the ball is as well. We're going to see a good bit of scrambling. That does get us down to a 4th and 2. We would go for it with the special teams. Get us another chance at that touchdown as we would get it halfback screen. 2 touchdowns from Kenneth Walker, 1 for Moreau in week 2. And with a chance to get some more points before half, we would waste it again with one of those timing miscues. It's a pick that Moreau would try to get the stop. He would slip the tackle, and it's a touchdown before half, going the opposite way. And as we would jump forward to late into the third quarter, it would be a pretty big dominant lead right now for the Lions. 28-14, a 2-score lead. We have struggled to get it, but Moreau is showing he can make some plays when given time. Time has been the hard part for him, as the offensive line has not quite protected him like we hope he would, which is where a lot of these turnovers are coming from. Because of that, he's antsy in the pocket, but he does find 8 on second. Fast forward with Walker picking up the first down, we'd have a 1st and 10, stepping up in the pocket, finding Metcalf deep downfield. That is the kind of play we can get from Moreau if he has that time. And that's the focus as we move throughout this season, is one, quickening that pace. Definitely going to be something any rookie, let alone a MLB player turned NFL player, is going to have. But just got to keep working on that, improve that, as well as find the plays that are going to work. We know we can throw on the run. We have the athleticism. We find Metcalf again. He's showing a lot of good traits. Again, it's just that consistency we need from him on the run again. Rolling to the right side, he finds Fant picking up the first down. However, Fant would get shaken up on this play. He would not return for the remainder of this one. Following it, we'd see a little bit more from D. Eskridge and Smith and Jigba in this one, a little bit more slot action with Fant out, definitely one of our key guys. 3rd and 9, we would scramble looking for the end zone, stretching for it, we would not get it. But on 4th and 1, we would go for it, rolling. We would have our target, but there's the inconsistency we were talking about. A touchdown opportunity wasted. As we're into the 4th quarter, one last chance to try to tie this game. We would pick up some, though. 4th and 14. We would need a big play, and we would find it downfield, coming across Tyler Lockett. We'll start to see a little bit more of that connection forming with one of our veteran receivers. Going back to the halfback screen, Walker's going to pick up that first down and get out of bounds as we're under a minute and a half left. Down at the 32, we've got to find a touchdown to tie this one up. Pocket collapses, we scramble, sliding down safely inside the red zone. About now a minute left. Once again, having to move around the pocket, though, missing the read would end up sealing the fate of this game, though. Appreciate Moreau going and getting the tackle to wrap it out. That one just came to reading the field. Pitchers, they haven't had to worry too much about defenders standing in their way. Only batters, but that one ends 28-21. It's another one that had a lot of turnovers, but a good bit of promise towards the future, and that's just what we have to look to keep building upon.
There you go. Yeah. One more. You got it. Yeah. All you. There you go. Good work.
There's the man I was looking for. Good work out, kid. How we doing, Cap? It is just Cap, right?
Yeah, you got it right. All good here, Coach Dub.
Good stuff, kid. You've been building a lot of trust in a short amount of time. Keep it up.
Well, on that note, possible to get some extra reps in this week?
Of course. What are you trying to get better at? All right, good. Let's get out there.
Let's get it.
And clearly with Coach coming to us, he could see that there's a lot of promise as well, though. As we go through our drill here, definitely something we got to work on. Just continually working on that timing. We could tell that Moreau, he wants to take that deep shot. He has that ability. It's just got to make sure that we're doing it smartly. Now in this one, he would show pretty good accuracy to the outside. He would find Lockett several times to that left side, going back-to-back plays. And if that's something we need to focus on with a playbook, we definitely will. But it's not just throwing to the left. He could also find that medium accuracy down to the right-hand side. As we finish that drill finding Fant, we go 4 of 5 with a little bit more confidence. We move into our second game. This time taking on the Panthers as we are late in the first quarter here. Trying to find a leveler, just have to build a solid drive, and we would go to the outside, pick up a big play, but Again, whenever something good happens, you got to balance it. Penalty would come in, and well, that's going to back us up. So negate the play, 1st and 17, as we would step up in the pocket, scramble, pick up those 7 yards that we lost, leave us with 2nd and 10. As we go to roll to the left-hand side here, waiting to find someone open. No one would break open, and it's a sack fumble down inside our own 5. That would set up another score for the Carolina Panthers. Well, we focused a lot on some of the bad play from the offensive line that has opened up some of these turnovers. There's also been some plays where the receivers haven't quite helped us out. There's a lot of plays where we're not getting open and we're having to scramble. Some of that might go to play calling, but all in all, we need a little bit of help from these veteran guys. And on 2nd and 6, it would be another scramble, having to focus a lot to just keep these drives moving. But of course, that drains the stamina, and as he goes unblocked around the edge, it's another sack fumble. On a later drive here, about midway in the 2nd quarter, we would get a sky pass at the sideline. Great catch, but another offensive lineman injured, not going to help us out with the weak line we've already had. 3rd and 6, need to pick up the 1st. We would get the Fant draw. He ended up being okay after that last game, bouncing back. 1st and 10, there's some of that practice coming in as we would go with some of those corner routes to the sideline. 1st and 10 just by midfield. We got 3.5 minutes left before halftime. Having to roll by time. Moreau would make a big play here, getting that time to allow DK to find some space and get us all the way down to the 10. An opportunity to bite in this 21-0 deficit that we're in. But once again, the offensive line would not block. It's Thompson right down the middle, another sack fumble. 1st and 10, about a minute and a half now left before halftime. Moreau would roll, and he would find a beautiful dot to Fant. Perfect timing on that one. Again, showing a lot of promise. That's the things you kind of have to focus on when there's a lot of bad play, and this drive would be a good one for Moreau. A lot of rolling, finding the space, finding that open time to deliver these passes, and when he has it, he's putting some good ones out there. We also get bailed out with the fact that there's a DPI, an awful SWAT attempt by Horn, would put us down to the 2. Needing to cap off this drive, Moreau would notice no one over on DK. He would tell him just quick stop, get it out to him, and we bite into that lead. Nothing too fancy, just simply taking what we're given. If only we were given a little bit more often, or given some help from our own teammates. 3rd and 10, Moreau would scramble forward, use that speed, pick up that 1st down. We talked about it earlier, using that mobility to keep these drives alive. It's 3rd and 15, need another big play. We immediately get pass rush, pops up the ball, and it ends up going straight to the defender. As Moreau continually does, he tries to bounce back after each of these setbacks. And into the 2nd half, about midway through the 3rd quarter, we would find Kenneth Walker on another screen. Those have worked out pretty well for us. We might look to continue going down that path. But also, we might just take these open running passes. It's a big game. He takes an awkward hit there at the end, but it essentially flips the field to the opposite 34. 2nd and 12 now. Moreau stepping up, trying to balance that pocket, ends up scrambling. Outruns Thompson as he would get down to the 13, takes another cheap shot. Ref still not calling any of these for our guy. Get a little bit more pass rush coming across, but he reads it, and he finds Lockett coming across. Well-timed throw, navigating the pocket. A lot of good things we're seeing here from the Rook. Unfortunately, though, all of this coming in what is essentially garbage time, as we are now down 42-14. And not all of it was turnovers, though a lot of it definitely helped them out. Trying to get some points before the end of this one. Moreau would actually put together a really solid drive, a couple chunk plays along the way. And on 1st and goal, he would scramble on in for one more touchdown. Ultimately, while it's great to see these little plays here and there, these drives here and there, we are still missing a lot of plays. It's leading to, well, an 0-3 start. Need to find ourselves into the win column. We have an opportunity here in week 4. As we start with a play action here, Moreau, who would find Lockett deep down the sideline with a beautiful throw. He spins back in, And now the mic goes live. And I just noticed that my mic was not working up to this point, so I'm sure I did something, probably a voiceover to this point, but we are now finally live audio as we jump forward throughout this one. Honestly though, it makes a lot of sense with this series so far. With the fumbling and everything, fumbling the audio, yeah. 2nd and 5, just need to pick up something. How about we scramble? Slide though, take a hit. I mean, these are penalties, and we're not getting them. The NFL must not have respect for our former AA pitcher here in Bronson Moreau. As we go Walker down the middle, he'll pick up 2. Trying to practice a little bit more of some balance in the offense in this one. We're gonna send Walker out on the wheel as we got some slants. Step in and we do find our target and lock it. He'll give us a decent gain, leaving 3rd and 1, though we've got Lawrence of this left-hand side. Get inside as Walker picks up the first down nearly inside the 10. They mark him down at about the 10. But apparently we've got ourselves about a millimeter of space prior to the goal line for a fresh set of downs. We got the levels dialed up here, 1st and 10. They bring the blitz off the edge as Bobby Okereke will hit home. Try to slip underneath, didn't work. So 2nd and 11. We'll change it up then. We'll go back to the run. Lawrence able to juke around him a little bit. We'll pick up a couple, leaving 3rd and 8 at the 8. Now we just need to make sure we find the end zone here then. As Lockett towards the corner, it is just not timed up well. Slightly inaccurate, 4th and 8. We'll settle for the field goal. It's honestly a better start than what we've had in a lot of these games. 3-3 as the Giants also get their own field goal. We start back at the 25 as they bring the blitz. We throw it out to Disley, who will spin around and lose 2. I guess as long as ourselves directly aren't losing yards, it's okay. 2nd and 12, I would like to gain some yards though, as the pass rush forces the throwaway. Thibodeau got back there. So 3rd and 12 it will be. 2 spread either side. Once again, sitting in a down distance that's not favorable, and the rush arrives as the receivers were finally breaking open. And with that stop, the Giants take advantage. They go ahead now 10-3 as they got just under 3.5 minutes left before halftime. Quick slant. It was in the hands of the target, though the big hit jars it free. Can credit Harrison with the breakup, Smith and Jigba with the drop. As it's Walker cutting to the right-hand side, trying to fight through the blocks. Picks up a gain of 7. And that does leave us needing at least 3 here on 3rd. At the 32, we go 2 spread either side. Just need the simple play here, but it's a sack through the block. Somehow Moreau couldn't evade, and we're still sitting here waiting. Now as we jump forward here, 2-minute drive, and we are starting at the 6. Need to make sure we don't give up a safety. That is definitely a big priority here, and with no one getting open, it's a throwaway. Moreau just 3 of 7 to get going. Has not been much available due to the pass rush. As we swing it to the sideline here, we get a block downfield. That's Eskridge going to pick up about a gain of 6. Get back to it quickly then. Still trying to get some points before halftime here. As we send the slants, well, right across the middle, we go back to Eskridge then. That's going to be a nice gain. Take us up to the 29. Still a lot more yardage needed here. Going to have to find a chunk play one way or the other. Single high safety, off coverage. As it's a 3rd play to Eskridge. He gets by Banks, picking up that first down. Now under a minute left. Under 45 left. We do have 2 timeouts. As DK gets a good cut to the outside, he gets out of bounds with that first down, or apparently not out of bounds, as we tick under 20 seconds. Still that single high safety. And here comes a pass rush. It's thrown away. We had Walker in the area. So now with 14 seconds, we still have those timeouts. We get some good release, but that one came up well short, intended for DK. Now with 11 seconds left here at the 42, we still have some timeouts, but we need a big play downfield, that's for sure. And we just can't get a clean one off. It looks like we'll have to settle for either a punt or maybe a field goal attempt here through half. and it would just end up being a punt. So now 17-3, Giants have extended their lead as we still have not been able to get anything consistent going on offense. Needed a little bit more height on that throw. Well, we've been able to play a cleaner game in this one, knock on wood that continues. Haven't been able to find any of the big passes yet, though that one was close. Still not close enough. And had a good arch to it, but just didn't place it in the right spot. 3rd and 10. Hard count, no one jumps. As we throw to the left-hand side, it is going to be a first down. Thanks to the hit from Bobby Okereke. Picks up Lockett. And we'll continue this one on then. A little bit of some play action, not that we've ran a whole lot. Have to avoid the pass rush, we will. We've got a receiver downfield, and you got to adjust to the throw a little bit here. You know, with a lack of sliders in this one, we have been playing on All Madden. Let me know if we should stick with All Madden or if we should try out All Pro as we get sacked from behind. It's Thibodeau. It's one thing trying to find these receivers. It's another thing having to balance that with the blocking that we've had. Having to move around in the pocket a good bit. Got a receiver coming across. It is Lockett again, picking up the first down. He's been clutch so far, though. Still waiting for someone to get that touchdown as safety seemed to be shading towards the right. Can Lockett get the step? Not really. And though he caught it off the tip, okay. A little bit of luck comes our way as Lockett gets in the end zone. Now as we find ourselves in the 4th quarter here, 6:42 left, we're still down 2 scores. We need a quick touchdown drive this time. As we look for the dig all the way across. It's a catch by Lockett. Apparently that's just where we have to go. There were better options, for sure. But Moreau maybe has his safety net now. Though right across the middle, there's Fant with a bunch of space. Picking up a nice gain up to the opposite 35. And right back to it. See what they change as they rotate a safety down. I like the look here. A little bit of some play action. They bring some off the edge. We roll, we get this up, and we drop it into Smith and Jigba. Heck of a drop, actually. I believe we can credit the hit to jar that one free. Would have been nice, though, if he held on to it. We got the tight ends of the interior going to the end zone as we squeeze that one into DK. But, of course, we shouldn't forget about the superstar running back we have as we've been throwing a whole lot. 3rd and inches, we'll give him a carry. And he will squeeze out the first down. Not by much, but that's kind of just how we've been playing today. Back to it quickly. Another single high safety. They drop out of the double ache. And it is threaded. Lockett down to the 5. Definitely stumbled on the words there. I'm not sure what I was trying to say, but doesn't matter. We're looking for the end zone. As we have the RPO. Swing it to the outside. It is Smith and Jigba with a 1-yard gain. Once again, back to it. We need 2 touchdowns in this one to find a winner with a defensive stop in the middle. And that was almost picked. Expected a lane, didn't show. So 3rd and goal, we switch the formation here. As we've got a roll, we've got our target, and there's another touchdown. For Noah Fant this time, it's now a field goal game in the 4th. We just need the defense to pick up a stop, which they do. 3:29. And we have all of our timeouts. We start at the 19. We just need the touchdown. Simpler thing to say than it is to do, as that's a quick stop. As Lawrence has his X Factor engaged. Need to make sure he doesn't wreak havoc here. Across the middle we go to Smith and Jigba. Get back to it quickly. Now, no longer in his X Factor, though we need to make sure we do have that nice double to backer scenario. For 3rd and 1, Walker. Good job blocking. We squeeze it out. Nothing fancy by any means, but we needed that fresh set of downs. So 1st and 10. Single high, off coverage. See if we can get Fant across the middle. Diving. He can't squeeze it. We're asking these boys to make some big plays, but we need our first win on the season. Desperate for it. We got a bunch to the right-hand side. Blocking, holding up, but we got a guy to the flat. So let's just take some yardage as we get out of bounds or not. I don't know how we're not getting out of bounds on any of these. 3rd and 4. Once again, first down is a must here. Though spinning off of one, not able to find somewhere to go. It's 4th and 12, 2-minute warning. If we're to find a winner in this game, it must first be at least a gain of 12 yards. At the 27, we got a tight set here. Need someone to come open, which we have. Ball should have been thrown more towards the middle. But also we need our guys to make adjustments. It's a turnover, and that might conclude it for us. Unless we can force a field goal here. Well, just as the offense couldn't get it done, neither does the defense. 27-17. We've got no timeouts. We're just looking for something to take home here with us. As that pass off. Still working on getting those accuracies to a much better start here for Moreau, but definitely could have had some bigger plays in this one. We got our tight end to the sideline, and that time we get out of bounds with a 3rd and 3. We got to find ways to extend the field because they've been stacking the box. Hasn't opened up a lot for the running game. It's made things difficult as it's a sack for Pinnock. Another guy we know on this channel from the state-only challenge of Maryland and Pennsylvania. 4th and 5. Not much time left in this one. We got Fant to the outside, and it's an overthrow. Well, that will do it then. Promising that one, but still not good enough. As the team heads into our early bye, we are still looking to find our first win, and the first win for Bronson Moreau. And as we look to conclude the episode, we'll finish by adding one more skill point so you guys can also see where these ratings are. Throw power is at an 84, short 78, medium 84, and I'm focusing more on medium because that's where I feel like, for our playbook at least, where most of the accuracies tend to be for. Deep is a 78, which also I feel like a little bit more of those deep. Now we're getting to the point with the medium accuracy where we need 2 skill points for each upgrade. Or at least for the next 2 upgrades. Then it's going to go to 3 for the next few. We could still upgrade and probably still do need to upgrade some of these other ones for sure. But I think where we go is short. We cannot be missing on those down and distances where it's like 3rd and 1, 2nd and 3. We need to make sure we're picking up those first downs. So let's finish by adding another one to the short to get that up to 81. And next time we'll maybe get one into deep and hopefully add a couple more to medium as we move forward. But for Bronson, it's been an interesting start to the season for sure. He's almost surpassed 1,000 yards. Not too bad considering it's only been, 4 games. Could use a little bit more, but all in all, not bad there. 8 touchdowns, that's 2 per game. But the turnovers, they've been a problem. Inaccuracies have definitely been a problem. Rushing is actually the team leading rusher, but that's also because we're just not handing the ball off to Walker that much because we keep finding ourselves in holes early. Now, where the biggest trouble has been the fumbles. There is nothing we could do about that. So we'll see as we move forward what the plan is to try to fix that aspect because, as I mentioned, there is no settings. Franchise settings, there's nothing there. User, there's nothing there either for slider sets. So we'll see what we can do. You saw all the upgrades we can make to our quarterback. There's nothing to do with carrying. It's just going to be part of the story here of Bronson Moreau and what we are able to do to negate that, which is hopefully better blocking with our O-line. Hopefully we'll see that next time. To make sure you see what happens next time, hit that barrack on the bottom right or scroll down, hit the sub button, and definitely tap the bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. Tomorrow, we are back in the playoffs with the Maryland State's Only Challenge. So be sure you check that one and tune in quickly, because if that episode 1 gets the win, and 2, if it gets 50 likes on the video, then we will have the next round posted the next day as well as this series. So uploads completely depend on you. So make sure you tune in, and we'll see you next time as Bronson looks to hopefully find his first win. Would be nice.